Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome back to another reaction. We're checking out Rich Man by aespa. I'm so freaking excited about this one. This might be the only reaction that gets dropped for today, but do rest assured that there's going to be more. I actually recorded a whole bunch of stuff for Super Junior, for Treasure, for iFi is a brand new group that I'm checking out, and obviously Day 6 is returning about 2 hours after I'm recording this video. So those reactions will be out probably Saturday, Sunday, something among those lines. Couldn't wait anymore and wanted to jump into aespa's comeback. So that's going to be probably the only video that I record today. But before getting started, I do want to touch on the trailer that we checked out about a week or two ago for Rich Man by aespa. And I kind of did a bit of a disservice, I guess, to the actual trailer with my kind of like understanding of it. Whereas there was a comment that kind of like touched on the concept, and a lot of people seem to agree with that concept where the man in the trailer was actually dead. And that's why he was the only one who was feeling cold. And the truck itself is apparently a coffin that has taken him to the afterlife. He is confused and scared. Stuck between life and death. He's dressed differently than he probably did before he went unconscious, and that's because he's probably dressed in clothes for burial. aespa aren't affected by the cold because they're probably not humans, which they're kind of like maybe like agents of death or something like among those lines, or just some sort of like a guide of sorts, as they guide him through his path towards, you know, the actual afterlife of sorts. That's why, as you said, I said in the trailer that they sympathize but not necessarily empathize. And honestly, I felt like I probably said something really stupid. So I wasn't even sure that I was just like making word salad in that moment. So thankfully, people didn't make fun of that sentence and actually kind of like took it well. So thank you, because the second I said it, I was like, what the fuck did I just say? And did it make any sense? But thankfully, it kind of did. So I just wanted to touch on that very briefly, just in case it might help us in the future with this reaction. I'm not sure how much the trailer is actually going to relate to the music video itself. But with that being said, let's get into it. We're checking out Rich Man by aespa.
Dogo. My mom said to me, find someone who can give you everything. And I said, Mom, I already have everything. I am a rich man. 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 I am a rich man.
Oh.
I'm my own biggest fan and a high on demand. I am a rich man. Don't care about what they say.
Oh my god.
Where my name is. I am a rich man. That's me, not a reckless.
I'm my own quarterback. That was cool. And the dog. Yo. I love the press conference kind of like aesthetic too. Oh my god. That gives dirty work vibes. Yeah, exactly. Damn. Ooh. Oh. Yo, she's fucking Wonder Woman carrying that car. Oh. Yo, this is such a cool sound for them. That was a nice throw too. Breakdown. Oh. Yo, Ning, chill. Ooh, you feed everybody for sure. Yo, the visuals are so freaking cool. Ooh. Yo. love the birds just fucking flapping. Ooh. Yo. Ooh. Holy shit. What? Yo, that transition was... Yo. That is cool. Yo. The car animation was so cool too. Yo. Like, does the dog represent like I got the dog in me or something like that? Damn. Yo, that was amazing. Holy shit. I want to take it back for sure. That was incredible. Like, that's what kind of like the dog to me maybe represents, like the phrase I got the dog in me. And I love the fact that they kind of managed to tie this into the trailer, because like the trailer is like, oh, you're a rich man, but you're dead. Basically, you're on your deathbed as you're being carried towards like your burial, which is what the interpretation, I guess, of the trailer, as we talked about in the intro of this video. And it's like, you can be rich, but we're rich in all the things that matter. You know, we're rich in experience. We're rich in our heart. We're rich not in the sense that we have money. We're rich in all of the right aspects and not in the aspects that society deems us to be actually, quote unquote, like physically rich. Like, that was so fucking cool because they emphasize it. There was like turn aespa into like superheroes in a way. It definitely gave me a little bit of like Clark Kent kind of vibes to see them on the farm also. Like, they're rich in terms of like their strength, their experience, their will, and it's not about materialistic shit. It's about actually being rich in the places that matter. So like seeing them on the farm, taking care of the car, doing like the woodwork, everything. That little like stone wall thing with the sculptures of like the dog, damn, them looking like fucking deities or like goddesses or sorts. Like, it's kind of like, at the end of the day, what you will be remembered is not for the money you had, but the impact that you created. And the impact does not determine your richness in terms of finances. So it's kind of like a memory wall of sorts is what this kind of like represents to me with the car. And you have like, I'm my own quarterback. You know, there's like a little bit of teamwork. There's definitely a reference to dirty work, as we saw kind of like Winter getting down and dirty with the mechanics, basically. Kind of like, we're not afraid. We're rich in our knowledge. We're rich in the things that actually matter. I absolutely love like this press conference kind of like vibe, as it's like a public service announcement in a way, which I thought was really, really cool. Winter basically having like this leaking car that she kind of like has to hold by herself, as like when all shit kind of like starts to collapse, I know what I need to do in order to fix it. I am rich in my knowledge and all that kind of stuff. Like, that was really, really dope. You know, even them being kind of like the ones filming, like they're literally kind of like a Superman or like a Superwoman, Wonder Woman kind of like vibe. That's kind of like the thing that it has going for it. Like, we do our own thing. I'm my own biggest fan. I'm full of myself. You know, which is kind of like very funny if you think about saying to someone you're full of yourself. It can be interpreted as like a very negative thing. And it's like the perception in a way. To someone else, they might seem cocky, but in reality, they love themselves in the right amount in terms of not letting anyone else kind of like determine their richness, if that makes sense. Their riches, I guess. Like, that was so freaking cool. Like, the visuals are incredible. And like the birds are very unique. I'm not sure if there's like a specific symbolism behind the actual bird or something like that, but they're literally popping champagne as well. Like, they're celebrating the simple things in life. They're drinking while that's heavy machinery. Probably shouldn't do that. But like, the idea is that we're happy with the life that we have because we made that life for ourselves. Like that's kind of like the vibe that they create with this music video in a very anthemic kind of way. And like literally like carrying the torch. It's like in a way it's like a representation of all of our hard work, as you see, you know, Karina with the with that fire signal, and it's red also. It's kind of like representing like maybe red in terms of like passion, love, and like the hard work that we that it took for us to get here. And even if it might seem modest to some, to us it means more than anything, you know. So that's kind of like the vibe. And like the man, the monster the monster cars or whatever it's called, like the derby demolition or whatever the fuck, you know, it was so freaking cool to see that also. Ning Ning, honestly, with that hat on with the spikes, is given very like Marilyn Manson inspired kind of like look from like the 90s in a way. I don't know. Maybe it's just like that goth kind of like aesthetic that fits them just in general so insanely well. But like the dog itself is such a freaking cool like symbolism to like the phrase I have the dog in me. I'm never going to stop, you know, fighting for my bone, everything. Like this is so fucking cool. I actually want to take it back and kind of like give it another listen, because I realized that I barely talked during the actual reaction. The VFX also are absolutely incredible. Shout out to all the people involved, and shout out to James Cho, who actually is like the VFX supervisor, who you know, has worked on a couple of other music videos, whether it's Armageddon by aespa, Hea by Ive, Kai Tian by Lei Zhang, some really extensive VFX work that he has worked on, and I actually had the pleasure of like having a couple of words with them. So I really appreciate the amount of work that went into this. Like this is absolutely incredible. Let's have another look at this one.
My mom said to me, find someone who can give you everything. And I said, Mom, I already have everything. I am a rich man. I am a rich man. I am a rich man.
It is funny, like your mom is telling you find someone that will make you feel like you have everything, like in a romantic sense, almost like find yourself a rich man. But I am that rich man. Like I kind of like love that play. Like I am richer than all the men that maybe even try to pursue me. So nothing really impresses me, but I'm also rich in the ways that I'm supposed to be rich, not just, you know, financially, you know. So I have what I need. Like part of me was like, is there going to be like a sentimental kind of like aspect to this music video? Like I'm rich, I have all the money, but at the same time something might be missing. And they're actually kind of like really touching on that throughout the music video, like the hard work, the farm, all the woodworking, the cars, the mechanic stuff. Like they're really kind of like putting in all the dirty work, quote unquote, no pun. And they're showing that they have more than just like the riches that, you know, you would think of when you think about rich man, you think about money. So they have more than just that.
I am a rich man. I am a rich man.
So that is just fucking cool. I can do everything for myself by myself. Oh. Yo, Giselle, the aesthetics of the music video are incredible. Self-belief, yeah, rich in that also. It is dope. Like, they're literally being like torn apart. Not literally, they're being torn apart, hurt, you know, basically like, they get destroyed. So it seems like on the stretcher, the car, everything, they're running and they're getting hurt, but it's fun being reckless, you know? So they're not giving up because they have that quote unquote dog in them in a way. So that's, you know, the self-belief and everything. Ugh. Damn. The choreo is really nice. Like she literally says my perfect fit, like fit, but also feet as she's like doing the choreo of like wiping her dusting off her shoes. Like that was really, really nice. Like that's really dope. Oh, and like that, I come from the dirt, like from rugs to riches, but it's not financial riches, you know? Oh, damn. Jeez. That is amazing. Yo, what the fuck? And like I love the fact that they go back to like the self-belief as they're literally like this is like the most like down to earth kind of like place that they could be in, on a fucking farm, surrounded by animals, nothing but nature, like fruits from the ground up, like nothing gets into our system that isn't supposed to be there. You know what I mean? That is really, really, it almost like gives off like that Clark Kent kind of like farmer boy vibes in a way. And the transition, like, yo, this is insane. Yo. They were writing like this guitar, which is the ideas and the client, like writing on our music, which is our self-belief. Like that's so fucking cool. This is dope. Jesus. Yeah, again, like that was so, like that whole trans. It's like they see there's like a visual of them looking from the farm, and there's like black smoke coming out, which is like the stadium, I guess. So they have to go back to kind of like better themselves and work on themselves. It's like almost like fucking, you know, bloodhounds and like the duo kind of like going to train and box and like work on themselves before they come back and knock the villain out or something like that. Like that was really, really cool. And then you have like this little like that transition is so freaking cool. They're literally like showing duality in these visuals, which is like this one. Yeah, this. Like you see like the ball and then like the chainsaw. You see this. Like this is so freaking cool, from Giselle to Karina. That was such a dope shot of like to emphasize like we're celebrating ourselves, and this is kind of like celebrating our hard work, and almost like a rebellion of sorts, because you have like the red, you have like the, you know, that fire signal. Like we got the fire within us, like our self-belief, like the red aesthetic just in general to symbolize kind of like a passion in a way. Like this, and then the champagne is like celebrating ourselves because we don't need money. Like we're happy being ourselves. Like we celebrate ourselves. And like literally referencing your own age too, as far as like so many people like me, but no one is like me really. Yeah, and because diamonds are created under immense amount of pressure. So you might have literal diamonds, but bitch, I'm an actual diamond, because under pressure you will crack. I won't. Like that's really, really cool. So referencing like the age, and also like this is a hell young age to be so fucking successful. Like that's insane. Uh, the choreo, the expressions. Yo, and Winter is fucking bleeding too. Yo, is that blood? Yeah, her nose is busted. Yo, as she says, I'ma carry myself. Like, that is literally, like, this is kind of like putting dirty work onto another gear in a way. Not afraid to bleed for my art and for myself, you know? This is fucking amazing. Damn. I love that she hooked up the mic to her own hand. You know, bitch, I'm anthemic. Like, my actions is my music. Yo, that was so freaking cool. Yo, this is truly incredible. And it's like, I kind of wonder, is that Giselle against herself? Like, no, it's a different person, right? Did I miss something? Is that like a representation of a different person? Because it could be like, also, this whole shit is me battling myself, you know, to be a better version of myself. The only person that I have to overcome is myself, because I don't care about what anyone else says. All the other 24-year-olds that are the same shade as they said in the lyrics, like, there's so many versions. There's so many of me's, but there's only one of me, actually, like the one true diamond. Because, like, there's many 24-year-olds, there's many people that try to do what I do, but none of them are like me. Like, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. But I'm not sure. Is that supposed to be like a different member? Like, because it, like, the hair is not too sure. Let me know in the comment section. Maybe, to me, that could represent like fighting myself in a way. Like, coming to terms with yourself, you know? And that was low-key a really cool touch, I believe. Yo, that is a really dope touch. Right, that's Winter. Yeah, she's kissing the ground. Like, that's kind of very down to earth, kind of like literally and figuratively. Like, being super humble. Like, never forget where you came from, in a way. Which is like the opposite of like a literal rich man, the one who only focuses on money, because money corrupts, power corrupts, and we're uncorrupted. Like, that's kind of like the vibe that I'm getting. This was, let's take it back one more to that final part. This is one of the best songs for sure. The production is insane. And I kind of love the fact that the car crashes, starts turning around, and it cuts to Corinne, and she's like, I am what I am. I am a fucking car crash, and I'm cool with that. Like, that's who I am. That's, you know, that's what aespa is, and we're proud of that, you know? Like, that is just so fucking cool. Damn. That is dope. Holy shit. And like, the aesthetic there, like, is just like so expensive, you know? Which is kind of like ironic. You know, we reached the finish line and we're actually rich. You know, they got all the diamonds, they got the Louis Vuitton fucking bandana and all that shit. Like, it's almost like they earned the right to be actually rich in a way. Like, they battled through, they reached the finish line, and now they're actually like, came from rugs to riches, both literal and metaphorical. So that's pretty fucking cool. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a wonderful weekend and be well and safe wherever you are. See ya.